Hi friends, this is Ramna. Today I will show a demo on how to get domain name from email column by using in Excel and SQL Server. This is one of the uh, common interview questions for any SQL developer questions in recent past. So interviewer may ask you directly write the query or ask you to tell the syntax of the query to get the domain name from the email column in SQL. It is very easy to find the domain name in Excel, but whereas it is somewhat tricky in finding the domain name in SQL Server. In Excel, there is one column called text to columns. By using this, we can get the desired results very easily. In SQL Server, we have to use three string functions to get the domain name here. One is substring, second one is char index, third one is length. These by using these three string functions, we have to find the domain name in SQL Server. Without wasting the time, let's jump into the demo. This is my Excel sheet, and here I have first name, last name, and email address. I want to segregate the domain names separately by using a text to columns. I am copying the entire field. Now I select the entire E column, and there is one data in data column. In data, there is one field called text to columns. If you click this, by default it is showing delimited. Next, there are various tab delimiters are there. Tab, semicolon, comma, space, and other. So there is no at the rate symbol here. If you type the at the rate here and go to next and finish. After the at the rate, we used to call it domain name in email. So this is email person name and all these things. This is completely domain name. This is how you can get the domain name in Excel. Now we will go to the SQL side. So here I have sample data where around 1000 rows having first name, ID, first name, last name, email, gender, and currency. We don't require all other fields. We will see only email address. So I am writing the query to get the domain name from the email part. Select email. Before that, I used to tell what are the requirements for using the substring function. What substring is doing? Substring is doing is trying to get the part of the string. This function is used to retrieve the part of the string. This substring function requires three arguments. One is expression. It is nothing but column name and starting position and length. These three are required for substring. But by using substring, I am trying to get the domain name, email, and substring. First is expression. Expression is nothing but email again. Email and char index. I will tell later. I will explain the code later. First, I read the syntax. Char index. email substring it is this is the first expression, and I use entire char index till plus one as a starting position, and the len of email is the length of the substring argument expression, and from char index to plus one I consider as the starting position, and len of email as length. I'm using like that. So if I run this query, you will get exactly the result. So this is email, this is the position, this is the domain name. So you have get the doubt. What if there is no plus one? What will happen? If you see the result, instead of plus one, I will put it minus one. So before at the rate before letter also join as a in domain column, but we want only domain name. For that reason, I am using plus one. This is how you need to get the domain name from the SQL by using the substring function, character function, and length function in SQL Server. Now, I want to show uh, count of the domains. So, how many domain names are there? All these things I want to show now. So, remove email here as a domain count. So, when we are using the any aggregate function in select statement, we have to use group by class. Group by, I am taking entire this field as group by in group by column. Group by and order by, I will put order by 2 ds by default it is ascending under 2. 2 means here what? 2 means here count star till the domain it's one column. Count star is the is the second column. I want to order by the second column. You run the query. See, mysql.com domain name is 7 in the total sample data, and NetVibes domain name have 7 times come in the sample data. Like that, Facebook.com has 6 times. If you want to check MySQL really in 7 times or not, just you have to go to the where class and type the email like percentage, copy the MySQL, MySQL is 7 times. If you run the query, see here 7 rows where the domain name end with MySQL. So like that, Facebook it is showing 6 times. Copy this and type here Facebook. Check whether it's correct or not. See 6 rows are there. Facebook domain name in the email address as 6. So this is how you have to use both substring. So how to get the domain name from email address in Excel and SQL Server. In Excel, as I mentioned, there is one text to columns. We can find out easily by selecting all email columns and go to data field and select the text columns and separate it with the um, at the delimiter. But in SQL Server, it comes to substring, char index, and length. We have to use all these three string functions to get the domain name of the email address in SQL. Thanks for watching the video. Thank you very much.